of Raising Kanan season 4. What's going on, everybody? I'm Papa Knox. Y'all know me, Mike Knox. I'm joined by DJ Mama Licious.
Hey, y'all.
Over here on the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. And y'all know what it is. We're going to talk about 50 Cent's Power Universe's Raising Kanan.
Power Book 3.
Power Book 3. What book were we looking at? Is this 3, 2, 4?
3. It says 3 on the
I know
it. So we just look right at it.
We just look
right at it. It says 3.
That's because that's how it's supposed to be.
We learn Roman numerals in elementary school.
You learned. So. Oh, look at you being.
Didn't learn Roman numerals?
I learned. First of all, my school's smarter than your school because I didn't go to school to learn Roman numerals. I had to learn them at home already. So, boom. What's this episode about, girl? Talk about it.
Wow.
What are we talking about today?
Okay, so as Rock and Marvin face the aftermath of Unique's violent, clandestine comeback.
Clandestine? What kind of language? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lou manages his new artist. Kanan gets through to his grandmother, and Juke embraces her sexuality.
She does.
Let's go.
Juke is finally becoming Juke, but good for you, girl.
Good for you.
Good for you, girl. We're going to talk about this.
Standing your truth,
but it
girl.
starts off with Unique going to go rob the age.
Yo!
I just came from my number 37, but give me the money. So you forget. He said, no, Nick. I thought you were dead. I thought you was gone. I thought you was, please, no. They didn't care. They didn't care.
He shot them both in the stomach.
Look how they died.
And then they died right next to each other.
How you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm sorry, baby.
God.
Cry together, lie together. I swear to God, I hope they fucking died together. I'm just saying that's what happened. You know what I mean? I don't want to. We got children.
Why he act like? Okay, so this is the thing, right? Nobody can slow him down at this point. He said, "I'm the fire." Like nobody can slow him down at this point. But the problem is that he's misinformed. This is what happens when a person goes crazy off of something that
like
they don't
the internet.
that they don't.
They say Chris Evans is in Doomsday. They said Bimberlin Cumberbatch. They didn't show that.
Let's stay on top.
I'm just saying how people go from one thing to another. Speaking of one to another, listen. So he kills them off. How'd you feel about that? Let me go back a little bit to that. How'd you feel about
what I said? I feel like he is overreacting. He is overreacting. He's misinformed. It's like
this is the Unique I love.
This is the thing. This is the
Unique I love.
The Unique that we know is confrontational. He would have rolled up on Rock and talked to her, even if it was with a gun to her face.
Okay,
he'd have talked to her.
Okay,
he'd have talked to her and actually try to figure out what's going on. The fact that he's already in, he's been. Well, we'll see further that he's gonna go to Kanan's building. He's gonna bugging.
He's
bugging.
Oh, you always tell me I do it. He's bugging out.
He's bugging. Okay, now you can do it. He's bugging, yo.
Entourage reference.
Based on the misunderstanding, based on what you think is actually going on, based on your perceived hurt.
Well, now speaking about perceived hurt, Jukebox just runs home like it ain't nothing.
Jukebox
I'm eating
AWOL. And she hungry.
And don't give
She's eating just like her dad. She is acting just like her dad at this point. Eating, hungry, everything in sight. She's tearing up the place.
He's like, so what you want to do when they come here? She said, I got that. Don't worry. Don't I got that. Because she saw how to get out. We saw in previous episodes, she knew that, okay, there it is. If I just tell them, no gays in the army and service, they'd do that. And look what they're doing right now. They're actually trying to do that again right now, all these years later. So, I mean, if they want to fight, let them fight. Because I'm not going. Okay? Don't draft my babies because they'd be AWOL too. Okay? But anyway, they're like, you got to come back in. You got to come. He said, you're letting your country down. And she hit her with the greatest.
You know what? Well, this country didn't let me and mine down
plenty of time,
so it's all good.
So she gets out of it by literally saying she's gay. She's gay, right?
And she said, if you want to go ahead and get the commanders in here, then we can go ahead and we can call a lawyer and we can scrap this thing up. She said, squabble up.
She said, squabble up. She said, squabble up. Oh, y'all okay? See, I can listen. I ain't letting you cats to be on the wall all day. You know what I'm saying? You can chair dance. Okay, you gotta be able to do that too, by the way. But you gotta do more than just chair dance. But yeah, she getting out of it. Always again. I got shout out to the 5 years. She
always got a plan.
With the Nike. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets gear.
I'm about to say that's the Charlotte Hornets.
With the Charlotte Hornets going on. You know,
everybody was a Charlotte Hornets fan, but wasn't a Charlotte Hornets fan at that time.
It was the colors. I still could never wear it. I just couldn't. I don't care. I didn't care about my mom. Alonzo Mourning, Kendall Gill from the side. You know what I'm saying? I still couldn't rock it, baby.
Color scheme was great. So now now Kanan is with grandma, and she's like, I'm a thug, right? She said, I'm a real nigga, right? So she said basically she's doing this on her own terms, and she said she's been through a lot, she's lived her life, and she's not fighting this. So Kanan is like, okay, well,
you gotta tell the family.
You gotta tell the family.
You gotta tell everybody. You can't.
You
said them motherfuckers ain't come around here before.
They ain't check on me.
I want they motherfuckers.
They not checking on me. The problem is that the challenge is that she was the type of parent.
She was a piece of shit mom.
She was really an abusive, verbally, and mentally abusive mom. So she was neglectful. So they're like, so she's like, okay, she feels like these kids owe her something. She still has that same mentality a lot of these parents have, these old head parents have, where they're not ready to say sorry. They're not ready to acknowledge the impact that they had on their kids. And Kanan's like, yo, like we've done this enough in our family.
Yeah.
We've done this
I'm
enough.
over it.
We're rejecting each other enough. We're not supporting each other enough. So we need to do this together. And here comes Party.
No, go back to the Kanan part for a second, right? Because I think even when she says to him, she goes, I'm a bad motherfucker. She pokes her chest out. And he says, as she says, I'm not telling them about. She goes, yeah, that's probably why I don't mess with my mother also. And grandma said, you know what? That's still your mother. And I think that's the biggest hurt in our community could be our parents. And your mother can hurt you more than anybody else.
I agree.
They really can. Your husband, your closest can hurt you more than anybody else. So I thought that was good because that tells something later on in this episode.
And actually points to, I always say that 50 Cent has so much trauma when it comes to moms.
Yes.
And his story, if you have ever read his book, he says, I don't even go around my family because they bring this negative energy out of me.
They ask him for something.
They always ask him for something. They're always hating on him. They're always doing something challenging him. So he don't even go around his family on family gatherings. He might pop up with his family every once in a while, but family gatherings,
it's not
he don't show up for them.
Yeah, he
don't show up.
He doesn't want to do that. So that's going to come up again later, and I thought that was important on that part. So then it brings us to, listen, I get whatever Famous did in real life to get kicked off of this show. That's whatever. I don't like it, but it's whatever. The show's going to a tougher mode, and Famous didn't look to appear to be tough. Okay. I do like the respect in which I don't know what exactly happened, how they wrote him out, what's going on. But last year, the whole thing was like, Nick on vacation, Nick could be back real soon. But that's all we keep hearing about Famous too. Is that Famous to be back? He's taking a little vacation. Okay.
It's the Easter eggs. Famous is going to be back. We're going to see him.
We're not going to see Famous
in prison. I think we're
not going to see Famous. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with that.
You said Nick was dead.
All right. I didn't say that. That is a complete bold-faced lie. I never said Nick was dead. Well, you're lying to me. Live on air, y'all. That didn't happen. That ain't happen. Sometimes the memories, like the corner of my mind, Mr. Watercolor, they disappear sometimes. Okay, rain come down and it just wipes away everything. But this dude is just, to me, this guy is just, he's ungrateful as fuck. Okay, I get asking for something, entitlement, and I know there's people out there that's going to say, I agree with where he was standing with it. They're there. They're there. The ones that don't know shit about shit, and they still, ain't about shit. They don't buy nothing. They still bootleg everything that's out there. Their phone is completely jailbroken. I ain't paying for no app.
Wow, people still jailbreak?
But they go to Chick-fil-A and it says the greatest thing in the world. But that's what. And Starbucks. People still jailbreak. So your thoughts on this man as your Jerry fucking Heller, pretty much what he called him. You know what I mean? I'm going to give a nice little rendition of what, how his people came to be. Like, although I'm with the black man saying, y'all still off our backs.
I feel like okay, so when Lulu was like, yo, you need to get out of my crib.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't got nowhere to go. Right? The problem is he goes to the label person, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And he says, let's, can you help us out? This is a situation we already gave you. He said there was a lot of money I gave you already, but we gave you already. We'll talk about that later.
Already, yeah.
The advance was real money. So we'll talk about that another time. But we're going to go ahead and try to get this fixed. He goes there to try to get it fixed. And Bull is so combative. He's so combative. And it's actually enough. If it wasn't for Lulu being there, he wouldn't have got nothing. Because they say, you know, it's better with honey.
It's better with honey. I like honey.
It's better with honey than vinegar.
I like
That's how you catch flies. So the thing about it is that, like, he got the money to spend, but the entitlement that he wrote, it wasn't. He tried to strong on her. He was ready to fight him for this.
Yeah.
To make him write a check, and it wasn't. If it wasn't for Lulu, which means that Lulu has great negotiation skills.
Yeah. Okay, look at you.
So if it wasn't for Lulu, he would still be, because Lulu, he wasn't gonna stay at Lulu's apartment for too much longer.
Where's my face?
He wasn't gonna stay in Lulu's apartment for too much
Slide
longer.
over. Let me sit with you. There we go. Let me sit with you. I'm out of focus. I'm out of focus. You got me out of focus. So you're prettier face anyway. But yeah, I didn't like his whole demeanor towards him and what he did, and he still got the toothpaste. And Lulu did his thing to get the money for him. So yeah, this ain't getting us nowhere. Like the way he was talking, like he was like,
saying, okay, well, what's now? What's next?
Yeah, he kept saying like, let's get off of this. And I even like he said, I want to say my piece. He said his piece. Lulu didn't give two fucking shits, and he still paid the man the money. And
nobody wanted to hear that.
Nobody wanted to hear that. So then we get Marvin waking up now, going to pick his number 37 up, and the police is outside, and he can't get his 37 because people are dead right now. So
and they don't know that Neek did this. They don't know that Neek did this. They think that it was a fire jacket. So what are they saying that?
Well, no, they said that they don't right now. No, they don't know who did anything. So he's going to tell Rock what's going on. And she's like, okay, damn, they didn't hit us. We got to figure out what's going on. But then she mentions to him, yo, Sal, my people said they saw you come out of Sal's place. And he says the dumbest lie, they got the wrong black man. They got me confused. We all look alike comment. And she knew, because she's always said she knows when Marvin's lying. And I didn't see why the writers would have Marvin lie here other than when we said at the beginning, he shouldn't be messing with Stefano in the first place.
He's been so much.
But it's the one thing he's done wrong is to tell her a lie. But he did. Everything else he's doing everything right.
The problem is when Rock catches you in a lie, when she feels like she don't trust you,
that's it.
All hell is gonna break
loose.
It. So now he's not only gonna have heat on him, I can almost guarantee that the next episode we're gonna see Neek somewhere near Marvin. He's gonna peep all of them.
Well, we already seen him
coming out of Kanan's building.
Excuse me? You gonna say excuse me?
He turned around like
I ain't gonna lie. He was gonna whoop her ass.
Mike Myers. He turned around like
he was gonna whoop. Nick was about to whoop her ass.
About to light her up.
She quickly went out. But he was stalking the property and how to get into the property. And this when she comes to Ken like, yo, we gotta move. I'm not safe here. Of course, you're gonna play the role. They play when he's young. I got money. I don't see that you seeing all that frim flam and fiddle faddle. But no, they gotta go find the crib. So meanwhile,
Rock rolls up.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak on this one.
Rock rolls up looking for Kanan. And she is like, she said, well, tell Kanan that I was
She got the letter. She got the letter from school. That said he about to be holding truancy and all that good stuff. So this is, again, story point later. And she said, like, you telling me or you asking me?
And Rock said, what's your name? Crystal, right?
Oh, you've been around here because it's clean. It ain't never been this clean. So I know you're around here.
I know you're around.
Yeah. I want to take notice here. For what it's worth, she didn't disrespect her. She didn't. Once the little girl said, "Are you asking or telling me?" Rock just did Rock without embarrassing her. I felt. I think at that point she said, "Okay, who you? Okay, you her."
No, she identified.
She identified, but she didn't go further into what I say.
Rock there. Rock.
She didn't go. She didn't do that.
She could have acted like she did.
But she did. But Rock is Rock. And what she did enough had old girl go, okay, I tell him your money. Okay.
Well, this is the thing, and it's kind of like similar to the dick over dad thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's pussy over parents.
And it's just wetter on the other side.
And it's just like you gotta be.
It's just wetter on the other side.
If you know that she's around, if you can see that she's around enough, then she has some form of influence.
Okay.
Even if she's not that girl. She has some form of influence.
They say dick over dad. I say it's just wetter on the other side. I want to get that over. We know it's because you didn't acknowledge it. Acknowledge me. Put the ones up. Put the ones up. I don't care what one it is. Put it up. Acknowledge me.
Gotta hear
so tough to break this chestnut, yo, after all these years. Anyway, they're going to get the cribs. They too young, no jobs. What the hell?
Oh, they got profile.
Of course, they got profile. Look at them.
They got approved when they applied, and he was excited to show them that. And as soon as he saw who they were, then he was like, "Nah."
Gave him the rock.
Literally, and he said, and I think Crystal said, "We just talked to him this morning. We just talked to you this morning."
And Kanan stepped to him and was like, "Yeah, it was good this morning, but now you see us, and now we can't do nothing." So that got his.
Now he's like, ego. I'm gonna get somewhere to stay.
His ego went to
flying, they play with me.
And now I'm gonna get what I want. And he gets that from this. He say, listen, I'm just fill out the paperwork. He said, no, I got this first, second, and third months rent up front.
He said, and then he said, well, I still gotta run credit. He said,
nah.
She said, and Crystal volunteered.
Yeah, so I gave you the first, second, and third month.
Another month.
Yeah. We'll
give you another month. He was like, okay, you're gonna love it here.
She's like, you're gonna love it. She's like, yeah, my man got money. Go ahead and throw the other month down. All right. Anyway, she got Rock got to tell my man that your people's is dead.
No, he already knew.
Yeah, but he was like, I'm out.
He already knew. He was ready out. So she's trying to do recon.
No, ain't no recon she was doing.
No, she was trying to do. He said, that's my family.
And she said, he said, I'm out. And she said, I'm sorry. She said, you married? She said, it's death to his part. You know too much. So Rock does have this essence about her that will just fucking just say, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
she has this. That's why she's there. Meanwhile, Juke's at school because she gets out the army. She get away with it. How? Because she says she's gay. They don't check. They don't have no records. They just took her word for it. It's TV. So
they take her word for it.
And so
that's all you can do.
She sees the other school. Yo, come meet up with us tonight, yo. The crew, we get these jackets still. Come get this money. She's, her mind's on bigger and better things right now. Meanwhile, she meets up with Kanan. Yet again, talking about Famous. She says, Famous ain't no snitch.
Famous ain't no snitch. He might have snitched in that half snitch in that song.
Yeah, but he got your back. I'm gonna do me. I'm gay. If they don't like it, is what it is. I'm gay and I'm proud.
He and Kanan was like, go ahead, girl.
Do you
embrace who you are?
Embrace that shit, so I can stop taking your bitches from you.
Don't hide it, so you can stop taking my bitches.
That's what I was doing. Now this part's deep, right? Because Lulu gets Rock to come to his meeting, and he confesses to her that I almost committed suicide.
The same way my dad did,
and because of you.
The same way our dad did.
But I get that part. I think that's important too. But it was the rejection. It was. And I think that opened her mind to
the possibility.
What I do to my baby brother.
Yeah.
And I
thought the damage that you can do to your family by not paying attention.
Yo, I'm sorry. I owe you money back. Lulu's trying to say, and Rock's like, you know what, you owe me? You owe me nothing, baby brother. Just get this. I like when she says that, baby brother. I love when she says that.
She literally last season she was in his behind so much to the point where she was like, you ain't shit. You owe me and all this stuff. Like she was running it the whole time. She was in his ass the whole time. So it's good to see the gentle side, the gentle big sister in her. The gentle big sister in her.
So her coming out of that, and then they think that the nephew, because they called him, jacking some product the week before Marvin called him, thought that he did it. That's what he had told Rock. I think he did. She said, make sure you're sure. He busts in. We come to find out he had no clue.
He had no idea that the family was dead. The family members were dead in the store. So he's starting to grieve. And Marvin's like, like that face right there. Like you ain't even know.
Yeah, that was not something that he was happy to happen back. So then meanwhile, Marvin let him out. He comes back and he's like, listen here, man. This is, do you know what's going on with this robbery? And he's like, nah, the first time I heard about it is from you. He goes, okay. Marvin throws him some money, said, you hear something? Let me know. Meanwhile, he asks him the question, you still got your aunt works for us, we would say DCF. Mm-hmm. Okay. Social services. And how'd you feel about that? That's the thing. Marvin again trying to better himself because he know what happened with Gerald and not being a fan of Gerald, but that happened to him. Mm-hmm. So he's willing to move on from that.
What's going on, and that's how he found out where Amber is in school. We'll see that later.
Yeah,
we might see that later. So we'll find out where Amber is at school. So now
Rock goes meet with him.
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, not Rock. I'm sorry. Juke goes and meets up with the old crew, homies. And she's what you say they call it when you just dip and don't tell nobody.
It's an Irish goodbye.
It's an Irish. Anybody out there that's Irish or name Irish? Billy Irish.
So anyway, she went to go see the homies, and she realized that they wasn't talking about nothing. So they're talking about the same stuff that they used to do and trying to pull her back in, and she's not trying to do that no more. So then she decides to go do something else, and she rolls up on this women's club. Mm-hmm. And she stands outside, and then somebody approaches her and says, "You know what? You must be new. I stood outside the whole time too for a few times." And so brings her in.
Yes.
And she's like, "This is my tribe.
I found my home. I'm here. I'm here now."
So she was very happy. She was having conversations. It wasn't no pressure. She was just being herself, free to be herself. And I understand. I feel like that would be a super dope experience, just to be around people who think like you and have been through some of the things that you've been through.
Yeah. So Marvin
uses that
and he goes and finds Auntie Marvin, Uncle Marvin. I'm sorry, I didn't even say Auntie. I'm sorry. I've been drinking. That's why you can tell. Anywho, Uncle Marvin, and look, after about 5 minutes, then he does come up and say, "Yo, who are you?"
Who's this black guy?
Yeah, talking to her, and nothing was there.
But who are these pimps in the back, though?
Those are not pimps. Those are school aides. You should know that. Or teachers.
No, not dressed like that.
He has a regular. That is not the penguin. You are tripping. This is 1992. That is a wool goddamn jacket. You are tripping. Okay, that is clearly principal, school aides, teachers. Shout to Mr. Skipwood, who dressed it super fly with his slick hair, looking like freaking Smokey Robinson. Everybody knew watching from Darby Dodge City know who Mr. Skipwood is. So then my man pulls up on a motorcycle. Was like, "Yo, my people's is dead. It's my wife's cousin. What's up?" She said, "I want bodies. I need bodies right now." She said,
"We gotta wait. We gotta wait. We can't just be going crazy and we don't even know what's going on. It's gonna cause that face right there. It's gonna cause more trouble. What's wrong with you?"
Mass hysteria is what it's gonna cause.
And he was like, "I'm tired of waiting for you." He didn't cut the relationship, but he was like, "I'm tired of waiting for you."
Rock then meets up with Marvin. We're gonna find some other connect. Right, Juliana's cousin still in place.
Juliana's cousin.
I promise not to move heroin in Queens, but your old friend. Y'all know taking him back where he took care of him for we call him Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. The one who was trying to show the art and the painting and things like that. The boy she got out of jail and got him on the one who when he whooped his ass when he was eating caviar and shit on a date. That brother. So they got to go back to him because he's running DC and he has enough weight for Rock now, which I think is let's see how that's going to turn out. And yet again, she's trying to be a distributor at this point. And you have to be in this game. You can't be someone buying other people's product. And then right here is where I want to pause it because Neek sees Vanessa in the window and goes and drop off. We're going to take a little break, come back in this show with Ann the Chiller for tomorrow morning's episode, 12 o'clock. Y'all know be watching at that time. I'll be watching at 5 a.m. Y'all be watching at 12. But we'll be back. We got some shows tonight right here on the network. This is the Husband and Wife Review. So we are simulcasting with Unpopular Review Entertainment. And tonight, your boy, part of the Wolfpack, we talking about Blade, y'all. Y'all know what Blade is. We'll be right back.
We should be ruling the humans. These people are our food.
They've got their claws into everything. Politics, finance, real estate.
He is their greatest fear and our only hope.
It's open season on all vampires.
Blade.
Young people from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. Service guarantees citizenship.
What about you, son?
Would you like to know more?
They're just like us. They want to know what makes us tick. They want to know us so they can kill.
To fight the bug, we must understand the bug.
We're gonna fight, and we're gonna win! Yeah!
Join the mobile.
And that's right, y'all. The Federation this Tuesday. I hit the button by mistake, so make sure y'all check it out. That aired this past year. If you're a fan of Star Space Troopers, Rico and the Roughnecks, come back and watch that. And at 8:30 tonight, the Blade review show as well. Come talk about it. Something for everybody. Daredevil, they talked about it last night. You see those last two episodes? Oh my God. There's a lot of stuff going on. The Challenge All-Stars coming back to end the entire season with going out into the finals. If you're an MTV fan, join us on Wednesday nights at 9:05 as well. Listen, welcome back to the Husband and Wife Review Show. Let's be left unique and Panessa. This man is going crazy. You said it off air. I'm gonna take your words and just share it again. I think you said it earlier in the show, maybe perhaps when they actually have that reunion where he actually gets with Panessa and he finally sees it, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be like RKO finally kicking Kevin Owens in the head. And Rock shows up at the dinner party for moms. Mom have to tell him what's going on with her.
She's really not even interested. All she wants to do is deal with Kanan. So she shows him the paper and he's staring at it like a kid would.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it wasn't just like that. He read it and said, and what? And she said, well, no, I thought you were gonna be to go to college or something. He said, after all the shit you made me do, you must be, I'm starting to think you really are crazy. And he walks off and she says, you know what? I'm beginning to think that myself. Okay, then they walk in the house. This is the part, like he was serious about that. Then, Meek goes and robs the guy that you're afraid of.
I'm not afraid of him.
Bushwick Bill's cousin? He looked just like Bushwick Bill. Do not lie. Do not lie.
No, he does not.
He doesn't look like Bushwick.
No, he does not at all. He doesn't at all.
Why? Because he ain't got an eye patch?
He's wearing a striped shirt, though.
Because he ain't got an eye patch?
No, he doesn't. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Are you afraid of Bushwick Bill?
I'm not.
She's afraid of Bushwick Bill. I'm not. Every day. Sitting over there at the table. They're like, what the fuck's going on, Mom? You got us all here? You
got us all here. What's going on?
What's going on? I got fucking cancer, bitches. And Rock's like, what? You treated us like shit. And now you have the nerve to fucking die? That's pretty much the gist of what that was saying.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest. That is a strong feeling for so many people who've had absent or abusive parents.
Mm-hmm.
That it literally is. Like, what you mean? Like, I know that we had this problem, but you got the nerve to die on me before we fix it?
I've been through it personal.
You got the nerve to die on me?
It happens.
Die on me before we can fix it? Before you apologize?
We got to talk this out. Let's straighten it out.
Even if I'm still mad, like, you ain't even try. And my biological father died. I found out 24 hours before he died that he was about to die.
Listen, Rock did not like that. Rock was not happy.
Like, who do you think you are?
Again, I personally think this is a slow season. I don't like what they've done with Neek. I do not like that. I want my Rock. I want my Rock him back on the scene, but he's gone and lost forever. And once you get your face busted and from your brother is
your brother
gone forever.
Your brother did.
I'd have this. This to me was the best episode so far in episode 3. The first one, I get what it did. I understand the greatness, the science behind why it was made.
Every episode is getting better.
But my thing with an episode with TV shows like this, I hate this movement in them. They're not. I'm not watching ABC, NBC, CBS. I get 18.
But we only get 10 episodes.
That's why I don't like the slow movement.
So there's
hold on, let me finish my point. Because what happens when they're doing it, and all the Power Universe stuff does it, that last episode will cram everything in that should have took 2 to 3 episodes and 47 minutes.
I agree. That's what I was trying. That was
I had to get it out. I was there. Telekinetic. I got glasses. You don't, but I'm here. I can still see you. So that was that. So let's watch. Before we watch, rather, the trailer for tomorrow's episode. Your thoughts on this episode, Bygones.
Like I said, I think they are getting better and better. But Bygones, the name of it, it probably is attempts to make bygones.
That's what I'm
thinking. Nobody is bygoning. And they're like bygoning at this point.
Hey, I told you I almost killed myself. Let bygones be gone. They fixed one. Her and Lulu fixed it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Jukebox did too. With the army and telling Kanan, I'm fully out the closet, I don't care.
So many things. There was no beef between them.
Bygones between
many things.
But they don't have the beef is not always about bygones, not always about beef. It's instilling conversation. And they have beef, but they did not get along for certain reasons with the girl and everything else with her and Kanan. Also go to Marvin with the girl. There's been a lot of this in this episode. This episode actually is titled Bygones, and I see it.
I feel like
it's my favorite episode of the season.
In this episode that also broke. So it's like with I'm just Neek is bugging.
We know that
broke.
But he's been bugging. He was broken for the first episode.
When Marvin lied to Rock.
I get that.
Broke.
That's that Bygones. There's actually extra. Of course, there's more than one Yellow Brick Road to get to Oz. But in those characters that all focus on this episode, they all got together and had a conversation about something they went through.
It's the table.
And despite other ones. So let's watch.
They not finishing their food though.
Damn, man. Couldn't they eat? Let's watch this trailer, y'all.
I'm not looking to be supply. I'm looking to be the supply.
What?
Can't nobody between us and the dope no more.
Can you run that back? No, you already know you can't look.
I'm not looking to be supplied. I'm looking to be the supply.
Yeah, there it is.
Can't nobody between us and the dope no more. I want a direct link.
We got common enemies.
Why kill both of us?
Who's he
I
talking
think
to?
it's time I show my face. The king is back to take his crown.
My product, my rules. You'll always be tied to her. And I'm looking to be in a different kind of business.
The question is, you think Kanan will eventually take out his mother? That's the question. And I think not as well.
No.
So I think they win no matter. Snaps and Pops got to go. You know what I'm saying? But does Rock go to jail? Does Rock get killed? What happens with Breeze? Is that officially Breeze? We haven't called himself that. That can still be whatever.
He said it. Think it's time to show my face.
He did say that. So we go next episode tomorrow should be really fucking good, y'all.
It should be real good.
So again, we'll see y'all next Thursday, 7 p.m. Y'all know who it is, the husband and wife review show. I love you, girl. Give me a kiss. Good show. Good show, girl. We out of here, y'all.